Madison James. That's an iconic name. That's awesome. I mean it. That's a
Well,
good name.
well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, we'll just roll right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna get right to the nitty gritty. Hanging out with me today, I like to say hanging out because they're like friends.
Yes.
We've got Lauren Daigle, who is a Grammy Award winning artist. You're going on tour. You got a new album. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with how are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm alive and well. I'm so excited. The single just released yesterday, and it's
Yes.
that thing where you've been sitting with so much anticipation, like how much longer, how much longer? And it's finally here, and I am so excited. I'm pumped.
Well, do you still get the butterflies when you put new music out? Or are you like, are they gonna like it? Or like, are
I
you at
get
a place where like, here it is, and
I feel
here it
like
is.
I do. I feel the like here it is. Okay, we've been waiting, and the vault, the secret is finally let out open. Um, I get, I think I'm gonna get the most butterflies, the most like jitters whenever the entire record comes out. When that
Okay.
happens, I feel like I'm going to lose my mind.
Now
But
that's coming out in May, right? That's coming out. It's
yes,
still scheduled.
yes,
Still
yes,
scheduled. Or are
that's
you
the
going to drop it early? Because that's what you guys do now. You
you
just
know,
wake up and
I
it's like, you know what? I was feeling it, and I decided to drop the album. Monday after
don't know.
walking the dogs. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I feel like if I had that freedom, girl, it would have been out 2 years ago. I I love I know as of now we are set to still release it in May. That is the
Okay.
plan. Um, but I tell you, Beyonce, she has changed the game when it comes to
Hmm.
that. It's like, oh, I just felt like it. Here you go. No publicity, no PR, nothing, just album drop, bam, in the middle of your sleep. And you were sleeping and I was
Yep.
working.
Yep. 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 Well, just try it. Lauren, just try it and do the whole like ask for forgiveness later. You know what I mean? Like, oh, something happened. Somebody hacked into my
Yeah.
phone. I don't know how that happened.
Oh my gosh, the record leaked. What do we know? Yeah, no. It's so exciting though. I'll say I get the butterflies whenever the full album comes out. And for this single, for Thank God I Do, we
Hmm.
wrote it like almost 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, or something like that.
So was
So
this during the pandemic, kind of during or
it
like
was,
right before? Because I know it sounds crazy, but it's been 2 years since
I know,
we
isn't
were
that
we
weird?
weren't out and about. Isn't that
It's
crazy?
like a time warp, literally a
Yes.
time warp.
Yes.
We wrote it in 2021,
Okay.
at the top of 2021. So, yeah, so I guess 2 years. I got to get my timeline right. But that having that song in the back pocket and knowing, okay, this is eventually going to come. The world is eventually going to hear it.
Hmm.
I'm ready. I'm like, I'm ready. I feel like the other thing that's kind of interesting is you sit with these songs so long that you forget everybody else doesn't know it yet.
Right. Exactly. That's what
I'm
Lauren.
like,
We don't know about it. You like I've been
yeah.
having this for 2 years. I'm already working on something else.
I forget. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, that's right. That song. I'm in the process of mixing something or mastering something right now that I'm like, wow, okay, that's pretty epic. Thank God I do. The world is finally hearing it. And I thought, oh yeah, duh, we already knew. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Now you're going on tour. Are you got any? Can you leak some dates where we can see you? Where you're going to be stopping by? Hopefully Charlotte, but you know,
Yeah. Oh, Charlotte is such a good city. When I tell you, I love what Amelie's, is that the name of it? The cafe?
girl,
It's like,
I'm still new. I'm still finding places. I
okay,
moved here
okay.
during the pandemic. Okay, so I
Oh,
mean,
so
I'm open for suggestions. I'm just
yeah,
now getting out. Like, ooh,
yes. Okay. There's this bakery. I think it's called Amelie's Bakery. And
okay.
I used to live in Atlanta. When I lived in Atlanta, that was
I just
where,
moved from Atlanta. I was in Atlanta for 8 years.
come on. Okay.
Yes,
What
yes.
area?
Grant Park. I was in it.
Yes. Okay. That is the truth. That's the best area. That is the
Yes,
best area. I
yes.
didn't know about Grant Park when I moved there, and I quickly found out about Grant Park, and I'm like, dang, this is where I wish I would have lived. But I lived in the Midtown area,
Okay,
and
yeah, I'm familiar with that too. Yeah.
okay, there was this bakery, Amelie's Bakery in Midtown, and I'd always go to it. It was like my tradition after landing every flight. And it was a French bakery, and they had like,
No, wait, wait, wait. I have been to that bakery in Atlanta. I've done like baby showers, brunches.
yes,
So I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had a lot of meetings there, like, hey, let's go meet here. Yes,
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 okay, they have
yes,
one in
yes.
Charlotte. I think Charlotte might have been the OG.
Okay, now I have to look for that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
I know
Yeah,
exactly what
that's
you're
the
talking
one.
about.
That's it.
Oh,
It's
see,
good. So
I
we're
didn't know we were
coming.
gonna have this connection. Like, we've been hanging out. We could have been neighbors.
Yes. Yes.
But I want to talk about this part though. I don't know if a lot of people know this about you, where your heart is. You give back a lot. So can you share like some of the charities and the organizations like you give back? I'm gonna say I'm not gonna put your business out there. You can Google it if you want to find out about it. But she gives from the heart, and she's attached to so many amazing organizations. Any organizations that are like like your baby?
Oh yeah. So there's a couple of them. One, well, I have this organization, it's called the Prize Fund. And it's really special because every person who comes to a show is a part of it. It's built into the
Oh,
ticket.
that's cool.
And so any ticket purchase that comes to a Lauren Daigle show, that is automatically depositing money into the Prize Fund. And what we do is we take well, I've gone kind of how it works is we work with children from all sorts of areas around New Orleans, around local, like we'll go into local schools in whatever city that we're in,
Mm-hmm.
on tour and partner with those schools and organizations. But how it all started was I went to a prison and I was sitting with some inmates and I was like, look, how do we change this system? What are some like actual things that we can do to make a difference here? I don't know. I feel like this is a bigger problem than what I could possibly, change in the world. This is kind of crazy. So how do we do this? And across the board, all of them said, start with the youth, start with schools,
That's
start with
true.
public
Yeah.
schools, because if you can get kids feeling empowered at a young age, you can really change the world. So I and limit them from going to those places. So
Mm-hmm.
I started with where I was from, Louisiana, and
Yeah.
it grew from there. But some of the organizations that we're a part of are like Roots of Music and Kid Smart and Young Audiences. And what these programs do is they go in and instead of you know, putting a gun in a child's hand, they put an instrument and they say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let me teach you about how music can take you around the world. And some of these kids have learning differences, but music allows them to understand math, understand
Yeah.
reading, understand
Yeah.
science. And so when you go and empower kids like that, you really can see steps in their trajectory changing. And it's been really powerful. I've actually gone to see one of the shows from a student at Roots of Music. He played
Oh,
it.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool. He played it at the House of Blues, and just watching him own the stage and knowing like, wow, this is a kid who is in this program and learning music. It's powerful. It's really
Well,
powerful.
that's super,
Yeah.
super awesome. And you've been around, like I said, you did American Idol. You're one of those stories where I'm not gonna you didn't win, but hey, looks like
Yeah.
everything turned out okay for you.
Yeah.
How do you
No
feel
was
about
the
this?
best
'Cause
answer. It
hey, I'm
was.
gonna
It was.
take that like that. Sometimes no is the best answer, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes no is the best answer. I have friends and people that sometimes get pigeonholed into certain formats. So, people may say, oh no, Lauren's a Christian singer. How do you feel about that? Instead of just being an artist, can't
Oh
you
yeah.
just be an artist? You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
I,
everybody can really benefit from Lauren's music. So how do you feel about
yes.
that? Has it been a hurdle for you, or you just kind of like just roll with it? Because I
Oh
know some
no,
artists
I
it's a
just love it.
hurdle because they're like, I'm more than you're putting me in a hole. So many other people can hear my music.
Yes, it has been. I don't feel pigeonholed by any of that. I actually had this girl. I was at a show the other day, for Atlantic, and she came up to me after and she said, "Look, I'm Jewish, but I love your music." And the girl next to her and said, "Girl, Lauren Daigle's music is for everybody," and it was just really sweet. And I think the music speaks for itself, and I have loved getting to represent the music that I've been a part of. It's been such a fun journey. I sit there and I get these stories back from people that are mind blowing. They're like, you don't understand. In the worst of times, I was able to turn on your music and it actually changed my life. It changed my circumstance. It allowed me to see with clearer eyes. And getting that feedback from people, I don't take that lightly. I take that to the core. And when I hear the term, Christian singer or whatever, I don't feel limited because I feel like my faith is something that has made me. It has created
Mm,
who I am. And
yep.
so I don't want to limit that and, not share something that has profoundly impacted my life. I want everybody to have that hope. I want everybody to have joy, and I want everybody to have a true peace. And so when I look at the things that my faith has given me, why would I want to withhold that from somebody? That's just humanity. I want people to have the good things that I've been able to have myself. So yeah, I don't feel pigeonholed by it. I just
Well,
say,
that's
okay,
good. That's
go with
so
it.
good, because I know sometimes it's frustrating for some artists because they're like,
Yeah.
more people should hear my music, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's a different day and a different time, so we have access
Yeah.
to get what we want, to listen to what we want to. So your new single, it is out. Thank God I do. So you're so excited. 2 years she's been holding it. Now she's sharing it, and then
Yeah.
your new album is coming out still May 12th
Yeah. In the
ish. Is it
Mayland.
still
That's
okay?
the
Okay.
zone. That's what
Okay.
that's what I've heard. Little birdie
Okay.
told me.
Well, if you want to be like Beyonce and drop it early, like feel free to do that too. Okay.
Yeah.
We
I'll
can
call
just
you
wake up.
before.
Yes, yes, please do, because we'll talk about it. Lauren, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us. Have a good one.
Oh, thank you, Madison. You
Bye,
too.
girl.